Rich, can you tell me a little bit about what you do?
Absolutely. So
Sure.
I'm the president of GigSmart. Cool title,
Mm-hmm.
but I primarily make coffee for the team. Primarily, uh, the important things primarily spend the bulk of my time on our enterprise sales and marketing efforts. And GigSmart, we are a gig economy labor platform. We've got about 4,000 companies on this side that use our technology to connect with gig workers, about 1.5 million across all 50 states.
Wow.
And we're very active in the QSR, fast casual restaurant space. Some of the biggest brands in the country are utilizing our technology to fill shifts
Yeah,
when they're
strong need for that.
understaffed, seasonal needs, things like that.
Yeah. So do you call them giggers? What do you call them?
Gig workers.
Gig workers. Yeah. Fantastic. So your gig workers, how do they find you?
We do a lot of, traditional and non-traditional advertising. We launched GigSmart just over 6 years ago. So we use a lot of social media, historically, just the average traditional digital channels to drive people to the platform. They can create an account and in a platform and up and running pretty quickly.
I'm curious. So do the gig workers typically work with one of your clients or across
Oh,
multiple?
it's a great question.
Yeah.
What's the beauty of the gig economy is it's one of the fastest growing segments of the labor market. I mean, many people here don't like to hear it, but the American workforce is saying, I want more flexibility, I want more choice, I want more freedom. And that puts a lot of stress and pressure on us to kind of adopt new talent acquisition strategies. And so it's across the board. I mean, we have retirees, students, people supplementing income, people on the platform full time. Some will like to work for a company for a couple weeks consistently and then change it up. These are $15 to $25 an hour frontline worker jobs,
Right.
right? In restaurants, hospitality, light industrial, delivery, events, concessions, arenas. And so they do like to mix it up because they like variety. And so kind of depends on the person,
Yeah.
but we see across the board. I mean, my dad is retired. He's a gig worker in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he likes to try different things. And the things that he loves, he kind of leans into. And he's got two or three of our core users in Cincinnati that he bounces around with just to keep him busy and supplement his retirement.
I love it.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Keep him from. I need to tell my dad because I think he's going to get bored if he ever retires. I got step one first. No, I think that's fantastic. Yeah, I gave in my presentation yesterday, I was preaching about we have to provide scheduling flexibility and we have to meet people with that it doesn't matter if you had to walk uphill both ways to get to work.
Yeah.
That doesn't actually affect
Yeah.
whether people want to come work for you or not.
When you look at many brands in the space and you say, what's one of the number one reasons people are quitting or getting, termed out? It's because of late or attendance violations, right? And I understand. I've been an operator a long time and running companies. You need consistency and you need hours and you need the production and you need all these things or the business doesn't work and you can't make money and you can't exist. But if a lot of people, a lot of great people are getting, more and more by the generation are getting thrown out the door because the schedules aren't working, you got to find another way. And the gig economy for businesses is another way. Some people say this is a fad. Well, the data doesn't say that. And I think specifically QSR and fast casual, the next 5, 10 years, staffing is going to become more challenging. And so what I love about our clients who are ahead of the curve, they're already saying, hey, we're not replacing staffing with a gig economy. That would be silly. But we're using it as another talent acquisition tool in our toolbox to supplement our strategy. And they're ahead of the curve because others are still like looking from the outside in saying, how do I do that? And what's this all about? They're starting to reap the benefits of it because, the labor market's changing and they're trying to change with it.
Yeah, that's one of the maybe confrontational things that I said yesterday, and I'm preaching daily until someone can prove me wrong. As an industry, restaurants have to stop thinking turnover's great at my restaurant for a restaurant, right? We've got to stop thinking that way because we're thinking, oh yeah, well, our job posting is at least as good as the restaurant across the street. We're not competing against just restaurants for talent.
Yeah, you're
It
competing.
shift work. economy.
That 15 to $24 an hour worker in that city has got a lot of options.
You've got to be better than
Right.
every grocery store, every convenience store, the Amazon warehouses, and Uber now. So I think it's beautiful. You're bridging that gap. You're letting people lean into that culture and have another source, a pre-application even step to filling those gaps.
You know, we've been so conditioned over the years to bet on one person. I'm going to hire Jimmy. I'm going to hire Sally. I'm going to hire Reggie. And they turn over in 54 days and they break your heart, right? And that's not going to change soon. We can maybe decrease it to 52 days. Maybe we decrease it to 47 days. We're all celebrating. That seems silly to me, though. Okay. What I think is, hey, let's have a W-2 workforce. Let's do our best to make our retention numbers as good as they're going to get. But people are still going to quit. People are still not going to meet the attendance guidelines and get term. And so if I can build a pool of Sally's, Jimmy's, Reggie's, if I have 20 gig workers within 10 miles of every location in the country that have worked for me and I like them and they like me, I've favorited them. They're a retiree. There's Sheila, who is off on Thursdays and likes to pick up 4 to 6 hours, right? They're a college student that's off on Fridays and they want to work. If I get 20 of those people, and any given time, I've got an open position, I got absenteeism, I got an influx in orders, and I can dip into this curated pool of 20 gig workers that like me and I like them. It's a game changer.
Absolutely.
It's a game changer. And our clients, what's fun is they're like, man, 2 years ago when this started, I was scared. I didn't know how it would work. And now it runs itself. So it's pretty sweet to see it go from an idea on a Word document 8 years ago to launching it 6 years ago to really making significant gains in the marketplace.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. You may not know, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you know what the average shift length for jobs that get posted?
I do. Yeah. The average shift length on GigSmart is about 6.5 hours.
You're
And, we have some industries are a little shorter, some are a little longer, but nationally we're about 6.5 hours.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love what you do. I love that you're doing it. Thank you for bringing it to this industry. We need it. If anyone wanted to get in touch, maybe just to pick your brain or to specifically know more about what you do and how they can get their hands on it and become part of your network, how should they do that?
Well, they can reach out on GigSmart's website and they're going to get routed to a traditional, marketing sales type of follow-up. Or I am a LinkedIn junkie. I'm in LinkedIn extensively. I'm everywhere. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. I always tell people, hey, if you want to have a discovery call, hey, we don't understand it. We don't know how to use it, but we're kind of thinking about it. Hit me up on LinkedIn. I'll set up a 20-minute discovery call. I'll answer questions. I won't throw you to the sales tees. If you want to go that way, you can. I'll take the call personally. And, the gig economy is not going away. It's getting bigger year over year. The stats are undeniable. And I want to help our, not customers, but not just customers, but core industries that are going to get pummeled or are getting pummeled and it's going to get worse on finding different ways to battle that. And the gig economy is a great way to do it.
Yeah. 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 I love it. Thank you so much for your time, Reg.
You rock.